nothing gained. Buenaventura, good luck, home of the Seraphs. Of course this place is paradise. The high school mascot is angels. And the tarot lady on the avenue said she saw a Metatron, Metatron's cube around me, while she was reading my cards. I thought she was talking about a transformer, more than meets the eye. Maybe the semi-truck guy, or the VW Buck guy, but no. Metatron is also an angel, kind of a superhero angel. Once a man named Enoch, and now at the side of God, taking notes. Metatron, Metatron, how many eyes, how many arms, how many wings do you have? I don't know, he won't tell me. But he's here with me in Ventura, Ventura in the fog. Carl Sandburg, dead, straight, white Chicago poet, said something about the fog coming in on little cat's feet. And old Tommy Elliott, dead, closeted, white St. Louis poet, said in Proof Rock's song, the fog rubs its back along the window panes. Tommy's fog was a yellow cat, they said in my lit class. But Ventura's cat is gray, black, stripy, a stray who never ventures far from Ventura. I don't see the fog come in. I didn't see the fog come in on any kind of feet. It was already here when there was enough light to see this morning. And if I had been a born and bred Venturian, Venturaite, I bet I could have smelled it before I could see it in the muted sunrise light. Ventura, Ventura, where I keep all my windows open every day and every night, except when the river in the sky wants to make a puddle on my gray fake wood floor. What will winter bring, Ventura? Why does my neighbor have a cutesy sign on her door begging, let it snow? Ventura, it ain't gonna snow. My best favorite librarian said an atmospheric river was coming for us all. And I wanted to see a tube of water with a surfer all bundled up in a black wetsuit and an orange parka and a red Santa cat riding the river up and around the tube, but I didn't see that. Maybe the river in the sky only flowed in LA. Here in Ventura, we just had a little rain. Ventura, the Chumash built here, but it didn't last. Did the Christians smash everything first before they built over what was there? Or did the Chumash buildings just fade away with the fog and the wind and the surf and the salt water? Ventura, where 60 degrees is too cold and 80 degrees is too hot. Ventura, where them from LA sometimes come to stay. They were in the industry, they say, but they don't want to talk about it. Except to say the industry sucks now. It used to be great. Ventura, where somehow regular people who do regular jobs can afford to live. Are they running drugs south or north or east? Ladies or gentlemen of the evening? Side hustles making macrame plant holders? Whatever they're doing, I'm glad they're here. So my rusty 20-year-old truck doesn't stick out too much. And so I can hear different languages walking on Main Street at night. And so there's a balance of the regular people doing more with less, and the wannabe artists like me doing less with more, but reaching. Thank you. This is called Prayer. It can't hurt. There's an old Catholic mystic from Chicago with almost no accent left, who wears tasteful jewelry and whose last name is Polish, but not by sight, no ski at the end. But like the butchers and the factory workers of Chicago history, Polish. And she holds seminars and webinars at resorts in places like Sedona, Arizona, and Palm Springs, California, where the bottled water costs $25. And the rooms cost $3,000 a night. Different people learn different things from this woman. I will never forget what she learned from a driver who volunteered to drive her to the airport in, it doesn't matter, but Australia. From a resort with 2 sweet $20 American milk chocolate candy bars. So what I learned, maybe the only thing I learned from my 3-day, 22-hour total webinar only $599 is what the mystic Catholic Chicago lady with the pragmatic but classy haircut learned from her driver's story. It was an NDE, near-death experience, but actually it was a DBCBE, dead but came back experience. Car accident, driver dies, same driver, the volunteer in Australia telling the story. She floats up and out of her dead body, and now the ex-driver, ex-person has a 10,000-foot view above her smashed car and smashed body. She stops floating. She sees a white light, like a tractor beam from an alien movie, but the source is on Earth. The light is going up into the sky. The source is a person sitting in the sixth car back, stuck in the traffic jam the driver's accidental death caused. Hands clasped in prayer. Flash of the license plate number of the sixth car back, and then fade. 40 days later, the previously dead but now not dead driver wakes up in the hospital, sees clearly, and writes down the license plate number from that sixth car back. Hospital recovery montage with tender orchestral flow, then uplifting orchestral swell. 40 more days later, a new car pulls up in front of a regular suburban house. The dead but not dead driver walks up to the front door, rings the doorbell. Camera slowly floats up and away from the Australian front porch as the ringer of the door and the answerer of the door, the driver of the smashed car and the driver of that sixth car back. The prayer and the prayed for chat and then embrace. I got one more. All your gods are my gods. All the gods are my gods, whether you claim them or not. I need them all, from white Jesus to black Jesus and Latino Jesus and Asian Jesus too. I want the gods ain't nobody heard of from the fantasy novel trilogy your cousin-in-law's pal from college wrote. I want the great mystery and the great spirit. Of course, yes, I want the Greeks and the Romans, the originals and the knockoffs. I want them hanging out together, sharing notes on how exasperating and exhilarating we humans are with our needling and our whinging and our worship. Hades and Pluto can knock down the non-load-bearing walls and party together in one big old underworld basement disco. Poseidon and Neptune can race seahorses and land horses and typhoons and road waves. Hermes and Mercury would fuck with each other like two bored brothers in the back of a church service. And yeah, churches too, mine. I want them, all of them. I want them all unlocked, 24/7, and welcoming to all. I need the world spin around like a top until the Sufi God reveals his God self to me. God be good. I'll speak in tongues. Mama Jama Babaloo. I want the Game of Thrones gods too, old and new, and all the faces from the many-faced one. The Elephant Man, he's my god too. The fat guy on a lotus, the skinny guy under the tree, the ones with many arms, many swords, I need them all. Except them Yoruba gods. Them guys scare me. I'm pretty sure they don't want to talk to me, and that's okay. But I'll take the trickster gods. They'll teach you a lesson. They might take one of your eyeballs, but you'll remember how you fucked up. Maybe they're all tricksters. After all, I came out of a warm, dark, comfortable place with free food and no pain and no responsibilities, and I got dropped onto cold steel. Fluorescent lights, slaps, and somebody cut off the tip of my dick. There's a trick for you. In fact, gods, you owe me for that one. So give me enlightenment, add oneness, eternal bliss, or at least give me back the tip of my dick.